Alright, here we are in a beautiful Visalia, California morning. Pardon a little bit of sunburst there in the camera. We'll get down here where you can take a look. Looking at a very nice resto rod 1936 Ford Cabriolet. Very nicely done. We're actually hailing this one for a gentleman that's been a client of ours for a lot of years. Very well known in the Central California here for his hot rodding and his early Fords. Knows them. Anyway, we're going to walk around and tell you about it like we usually do. It's finished in a very nice Washington blue, so a period correct color, so to speak. Been completed about, I'd say 4 years or so. We'll get more dates at. He's got a really nice file that goes with it. Nice little upgrade, still powered by a Flathead underneath the hood. Lower down just a little bit. We'll get over to the interior and we'll cover a lot more. It has a working windshield wipers. The arms he does not have with it, but we've tested it. The motor works and the wipers will work if you want to put arms on it. Cabriolet, roll-up power windows. Nice little hinge-mounted peep mirrors on both sides, factory style. Cal vent up there. It's an all-steel car. Been on the road for about 3 days, so tail end of a nice trip here. Give you a good little view at a nice 36 Ford. Up front here, also front and rear, but the bumpers themselves are 1939 Ford bumpers on it. Gives it a nice smooth look. They shorten the stanchions a little bit, front and rear, otherwise they'd be out here a bit. The headlights have been shortened, the stanchions on them, so it brings them down closer to the catwalk here and it gives it a nice look feel. Turn signals are mounted up front here in the typical horn ring holes here. Nice place to hide them. A lot of guys hide them there. 36 Fords are getting a little bit tougher to find. They're a beautiful body. They give you a little bit of extra room. And the Cabriolet gives you that closed cabin that you can roll windows up, and he's added a few features on it. The stance has been dropped a little bit with some Posey springs on it. Has a Flaming River steering box in it. Steers nice and easy with factory style suspension. Some custom lowering in the back. We'll actually get it up on the lift for you. Has red Vintique wheels with deluxe trim on it, and beauty rings, and Coker style wide white radial tires. Underneath the hood here is a 39 Ford Flathead V8, about 239 cubic inches. It's been rebuilt. Has a brand new GM 5-speed S10 style transmission in it. Factory rear differential. Torque tube has been eliminated. Again, all steel. Beautiful body. He purchased the car up in the Sacramento area. Nice rust-free, older resto rod kind of car, retro rod, and then took it all apart and refinished the car and did some nice upgrades to it. Gives it a nice new fresh look. All the wood trim, all the wood grain dash and wood grain garnish moldings are done. Very nicely done. You gotta love the waterfall dash on these 36 Fords. Factory style steering column. Again, we mentioned the 5-speed. It has heated seats in it. The heated seat switch is right up here. Also has a heater. Nicely updated modern wiring underneath the dash. Driver and passenger heated seats. It has a Glide engineering seat with drop down armrests. Finished in a nice leather. The armrests here, they fold up and get out of the way. The radio is not functional, it's more for looks. Factory style gauges and faceplates, that type of thing. Everything works dash wise. Speedometer works. You'll see the stitching here. Nice kick panels, German square weave carpet, leather shift boot, leather emergency brake boot. Has a nice seat map pockets, or behind the seat pockets here, so you can put maps and little goodies, registration. The glove box is functional, but you'll see the rumble seat back there, open all the way to the back. Has a cockpit cover, or a cover when you park it at a show or something, that goes over this compartment of the car to protect it, or at a hotel, that type of thing. The top does go up. We'll give you a little video of that. Put it up and share it with you. Again, these are power window switches right here. Beautiful all steel body. During the restoration, the floor pans were just rock solid beautiful. We'll have it up on the lift here for you and share that with you. They did a little panel repair on the back, on the rear here. But we'll have it up on the lift to share how rock solid this is. During the restoration, all the steel on it, other than the little repair in the back here in the right rear fender, was replaced because it just needed a little bit too much work. Washington blue is very nice. 36 Cabriolet. Out back here, same thing we mentioned up the front. It has shortened stanchions with 39 bumpers added on the rear. The front headlight stanchions have been dropped or shortened, but the rear ones have been shortened here too. So they come in this way, tightens it up nice. Again, lowered with posy springs and custom brackets in the back just to bring it down without changing the factory string geometry of it. Elegant car. These cars are just elegant and fun to drive, especially Flathead. Step back in time with Flathead horsepower. A little hopped up, dual Strombergs. We'll cover that for you. Custom made headers. Again, the Glide engineering seat. Forgot I'm going to step back here and cover this rumble seat area for you. Finished in a matching material in the back here. All the side panels done. You'll see the all this area goes all the way up to where the rear seat is, or the back of the front seat. And there is a step over on the rear tail light stanchion there to get passengers in the rumble seat. Fun to take grandkids, friends. Again, the German square weave carpet. I'll get you in here with a little bit of daylight. Give you a feel. All modern wiring harness. Love this wood grain finish on the dash and the garnish moldings. Hasn't been driven a lot. According to the current odometer reading is 319 miles. Factory gauges are functional. Full glove box. It's got some neat start switches on it. We'll share those with you. Again, late model GM 5-speed transmission. You just pull that switch out, hit and start, and you just pull it out the rest of the way. Nice little dual exhaust. Nothing like the sound of a Flathead V8, that's for sure. See, the fuel gauge is going up above half. Oil gauge is almost to 50 pounds. Amp gauge there. This is a thermometer style gauge. We'll get underneath the hood and cover all the components with you here. Here's the wiper. You hear the motor turn when I flip it on. Make sure it's in neutral here. Again, power window. We'll raise the top here for you in a minute. Still cold this morning, a little bit of condensation coming out of the pipes. Alright, we'll get you under the hood, share the engine compartment with you. Very nice, the Washington blue. Obviously this car was finished while it was apart, which is very nice. Nice little touches to it. later model 39 Flathead V8 that's been rebuilt. It has Stromberg 97 duals on it, dual carbs on it, aluminum intake manifold, Offenhauser, factory style fuel pump. Just a good stock feel underneath the hood with a little bit of hopped up to it. Offenhauser aluminum cylinder heads on it that have been blued there. There's the Flaming River steering box we talked about with new steering joints here. VIN number's right here on the frame. See the Ford Star. The radiator itself has all been recently been redone, or was redone during, so it's an all new radiator in it. They built a custom fan shroud with an electric cooling fan. It has an automatic thermostat switch, so the fan comes on like it's supposed to. It's been all updated with modern wiring in it, so it has a 12-volt system, billet pulley on a GM style high amp alternator there. Electronic ignition down in the factory distributor well. Good hot rod feel. It's nice to see a flatty. It's got that good flathead sound. We'll fire it up here for you. You've already heard it run during my walk around video. The headers are custom built for it, and then looks like they're Cerakoted. See the thermostat fan control there, Offenhauser intake, Stromberg carbs. Nice factory 36 trim. I'm gonna walk around and fire it up for you here. Sometimes you'll hear, it depends on what kind of spark plug wires they have, you'll hear a little bit of air interference on the speaker or microphone of the camera, the audio. Starts right up. I just reached in. Just sitting there idle like a Flathead does. 500-600 RPMs. We're gonna honk the horn here. Forgot to do that. We did. Horn works. There you go. We have back down. I wanted to show you the top bows are chrome. This little well in the back is all finished off. Alright, we promised we'd show you the top material. He drives it with the top down most all the time, but we lifted it up here for you to take a look. It's not secured all the way or laid out, but you see it's a stay fast material, much like a Mercedes cloth kind of feel to it.
It is Mercedes cloth.
Yeah. Just kind of give you a feel there. As this window can come down, so you had a breezeway if you had the top up. This is a Lexan piece here. Alright, as promised, we'd have it up on the lift here and share. It's a good solid California. All the floor pans on it are all original, that type of thing. Out back here, he's built some custom brackets that are very unique that allow it to lower it about the distance here in the back without affecting the geometry on the rear springs. It has Posey Super Slide springs in the back here. Rides really nice. I drove it here to the lift. The bones have been split and repositioned with a kit you buy. Centers here with a Heim joint. Split at the transmission there. Again, Andeline fuel pump here. Dual exhaust goes through the frame, which is nice. It's not down low. Giuliano clamps on the exhaust back here, so you can pull the tailpipes off. Has a gel battery right here. Small gel battery. Always stays up, never has any issues with it. Later model Corvette style looks like a 1-inch bore master cylinder on it, so it's got a dual reservoir master cylinder. These are custom built headers for it. They look like they've been Cerakoted. Up front here, disc brakes, GM style calipers. It's also a kit you can buy for that. Has a panhard bar here, keep bump steer out. Super Bell dropped axle, you can see the Super Bell logo here. Also has a big sway bar, stabilizer bar up front. And again, a Posey Super Slide axle. Fitting, we'd hear a train. Bottom side of the fenders. One more pass through. It's the GM 5-speed transmission. See how nice those floor pans are? I drove it over here, about 10-minute drive. It was fun to drive over here. There you go.